A death 14 years ago in a Las Vegas motel is back in the spotlight after it was recently featured on the Netflix show Unsolved Mysteries.
So now the daughter of the man who died is asking for the case to be reopened. And she sat down with 8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy to explain why she believes there was foul play.
This is a new season, new shooting.
James Barrier, also known as Buffalo Jim, was a character.
You got the match, brother.
Wrestling promoter, auto shop owner, but to Jennifer Barrier,
I want to know what happened to my father.
He was dad.
I have been on a quest for truth and justice since day one.
14 years ago, Buffalo Jim's body was found in a Las Vegas motel room. His death was ruled accidental due to a drug overdose, but Jennifer believes he was murdered.
I personally think that my father was poisoned.
He said they might try to get him.
Attorney Gus Flangus says he also believes foul play was involved.
Everything in this stinks, and they deserve justice.
Flangus sent this 8-page letter to the Attorney General and the Clark County District Attorney requesting an investigation and highlighting what he believes are numerous inconsistencies in the case. He points to a feud between Buffalo Jim and the former owner of a strip club. He says Buffalo Jim had been working as an informant, the club owner spent time in prison, and Jennifer says he was released just days before her dad's death. While police documents point to a cocaine overdose, Flangus says he also had GHB, also known as liquid ecstasy, in his system, yet that was not investigated. And the last person believed to have been with Buffalo Jim, a woman named Lisa. Flangus says her story to police changed, and at one point she said it appeared Buffalo Jim was having a seizure. Despite being a so-called friend, she left him there. The 8 News Now investigators tracked her down by phone. She said no comment and hung up.
And if it turns out that's what happened, he just overdosed accidentally, that's something that would need to be confirmed one way or the other. I will tell you right now, if they do a really deep dive, that's not going to be the case.
With women.
Barrier says her father had been receiving threatening letters. He was warned a woman would lure him, and she believes he wouldn't have been using drugs.
There might be some skeptics. If he had been using cocaine and partying and doing more than you believe, someone could say, is he really going to tell his teenage daughters what he was doing?
Right. That's a valid question. I did ask the detective working on the case to please get a hair sample because that would show if he was a long-term drug user.
But she claims that never happened.
Who should be held accountable?
I feel that Metro needs to take a closer look at what happened.
The Clark County District Attorney tells me it's not up to his office to open an investigation, but if Metro Police reopen the case, his office will review it. It appears that won't happen, though. Metro says the case is closed and the investigation had concluded James Barrier's death was not a homicide. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
And our investigators also reached out to the Attorney General's office. A spokesman confirms the letter was received, and the office has no further comment.